spiritual disease. Fourth, number 4, the beneficence of laws. What is the principle of by which we are protected, we got benefit? Doing justice and forsaking injustice. That's it. Everybody does what is right, legal, and forsake what is illegal. Then the world will be different. You know, these days are like identity theft and all kinds of unlawful things which cause tremendous problems and so on. So in WonBuddhism, the One Buddhist ethics is very simple, and yet without following those 4 principles, the world will be a hell. The first one was what? Rendering favors to others without false notion of rendering favors. Second, protecting the helpless. There are, if you can, there are many, nowadays millions of those helpless people. If you are a congressman, pass a bill which can somehow help those helpless. That's the way of returning the favor of the parents. Third, doing and following the principle of mutual benefit. You know, there's a mutual benefit, even family should be followed. If the husband or wife violate this one, the family will collapse. Mutual benefit. You know what I'm saying. Mutual benefit. Third, doing only what is right. Like observing the traffic law is also doing what is right. And if you violate the traffic laws, you're doing something ungrateful to the laws, imagine there's no laws. Imagine, Joanna, what would happen? There's no penal laws, all kinds of laws. People go to the gun shop and buy the AK-47 and start shooting. Right? A hellish world. Fortunately, there's laws. So, be aware of the beneficence of the fourfold, 4 beneficences, and then requite them. And one Buddhist way of requiting them, as I told you, having no false ideas, notions after rendering favors to others, protecting the helpless, and following the principle of mutual benefit. The mutual benefit. Students and professors, I think they follow the mutual benefit of they. Without the students, professor cannot live. And the students learn from the professors, the mutual benefit. Right? One example. And doing what is right and forsaking what is wrong. Give me just 5 minutes to tell you, to give you an example of somebody who was ungrateful. Ungrateful is one of the diseases, spiritual disease. Okay? Remember Grandmaster Sotesa opened WonBuddhism in 1916, seeing the world full of resentment. Resentment has something to do with the ungratefulness. Okay? At the time of the Buddha, there was a mendicant, a practitioner of the way, but he was originally a king of a country. However, he realized that all the power, money, feminine beauty, all those goodies are simply poison arrow which will kill him. So he gave up his crown and entered the mountain and practiced for 30 years, following the way of a mendicant to realize the ultimate truth, a king. After 30 years of practice, he heard some kind of a voice saying, "Help me, help us," like that. When he went there, there's a big pit, where a hunter was at the bottom of the pit, very deep one. And there's a snake and also a magpie. You know, bird magpie? Magpie is like a crow, except magpie has a white spots. Magpie, three of them. And this mendicant, now formerly king, had the compassion to help him. So he somehow managed to get a rope, strong one, and tie himself on a tree at the outside of the pit, and carefully went down there and saved them, you know, holding bird in his mouth, and somehow the huge snake, almost like a python, on his arm, and then embracing the hunter, and then took them out and saved them. And then said, how could we ever repay the favor you gave us? No. I simply did what I should do as a practitioner of the way, never mind. And the man said, well, if you can sometimes visit my house, we'll treat you with a good food and so on. And also, Cho is the name of the snake, and Has is the name of the snake. Okay, somehow they talk like in the fables. Okay, and said, just call me Hearts when you are in trouble. Will come to your help. And also Cho said too, as soon as you call me, I'll realize that you are in trouble, and I'll come help you. So one day, now the mendicant went to the hunter's house, and these hunters, seeing the mendicant coming, said to his wife, okay, just make a noise as if you're cooking, but don't serve him. He's a nuisance. The hunter said to his wife, okay. And Buddhist monks, mendicant don't eat after noon. So after noon, he will go away. And so this mendicant waited until noon, and with no compliment whatsoever left. Okay? And the bird, magpie, asked how you're doing, and this mendicant told him what happened, and said, that ungrateful, bad person, he must learn a lesson. Okay? And this magpie flew to the royal harem. Harem, the harem is the concubines, king's concubines, at the palace there. Went there, and then this bird stole what is called a bright moon jewel. It could cost like half of the country, that expensive one. Okay? And gave to this mendicant and said, I have no use to this, of no use. So he gave that to the hunter. Okay? And right away the king announced, anybody who finds the bright moon jewel, I'll give you 1,000 pounds of gold, 1,000 horses, and 1,000 cows, and so on. Anybody who finds it. So this hunter went right away with that bright moon jewel to the king. And where did you get it? Well, I got it from this mendicant. So he was summoned to the palace, this mendicant. But he couldn't open his mouth. If he said, well, where did you get it? And he cannot say, because the magpie, the bird, got it. And once it was a magpie, then the whole magpies in the country will be killed, wiped out, right? So he couldn't open his mouth. So the king said, you are a bad man, you deserve punishment. So he ordered, the king ordered the man to be bagged up to, alive, up to neck. Okay? Only head is out. And so